Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Blow Daz.
Look, Aidan.
Here we are on Sports Edition. If sports is your thing, leave us a like and subscribe. You know what to do. Bit of a WNBA, is it?
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark just broke a historic record in a crushing victory and shocks
the entire WNBA
world.
The world.
She's proper. She really has brought a massive spotlight onto the WNBA, hasn't she?
Yeah.
And I don't like no one else has done. He needed something like that. If you're going to kick on with something, it's going to get to like traction and all that kind of stuff. This needed to happen, and it's come in a big way with Caitlin Clark.
I'm not sure what the record is she broke or anything.
I seem to think it might be for assists
in a single game or something like that.
I think in a season.
What?
Let's get into it. Find out.
The WNBA just witnessed something extraordinary. Caitlin Clark has left us all in awe once again.
Boston the rebound. Clark a good look. She got it.
They're not assists though.
Yeah, please.
Picture this: 23 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds. But wait, there's more. With this performance, Clark broke the rookie assist record, cementing her place in WNBA history. And on top of all that, the Fever won and dominated a team that's been their kryptonite all season long. But here's where things get really interesting. This win? It's not just another tally in the win column, it's a statement, an announcement that Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever are playoff bound. And they're not just participating, they're coming to compete. That's why we're about to break down how Caitlin Clark is
I'm pretty sure the Fever were the worst team last year, right?
Oh, I don't know.
I think they were, that's why they got first pick
Right.
together.
Okay.
changing the landscape of the WNBA, one assist at a time. With her performance against the Seattle Storm, Clark didn't just have an incredible game, she made history. With 225 assists this season, she now holds the record for most assists by a rookie in
how many
WNBA
games did she play?
history. Think about that for a moment. This record belonged to Tisha Penicheiro, a basketball legend, and Clark didn't just break this record, she shattered it. And the most impressive part, we still have several games left in this season, but it's not just about the numbers, it's about the impact. Every single one of these assists represents a play created, an opportunity generated for her teammates. Clark isn't just playing well, she's elevating the entire team's game. And you know what's even more incredible? Tisha Penicheiro, the former record holder, acknowledged Clark's greatness. In a heartfelt video, Penicheiro said the record is in good hands now. That's the kind of recognition that shows just how special Clark really is. This isn't just a rookie having a good season. This is a player redefining what it means to be a freshman in the WNBA. But Caitlin Clark doesn't seem to be alone anymore. The Indiana Fever is becoming a real nightmare for opponents, and a big part of that is due to the dynamic duo Clark forms with Kelsey Mitchell. Against the Seattle Storm, Mitchell was simply relentless, scoring an incredible 27 points. It's like Clark and Mitchell decided that beating Diana Taurasi in the previous game wasn't enough. They wanted to prove that performance wasn't a fluke, and you know what's most impressive? The consistency. This duo isn't just having occasionally good games, they're maintaining a level of excellence. It's like we've got the Splash Sisters on the court. But wait, there's more. Lexi Hull decided to join the party. With 22 points, Hull proved that the Fever isn't just a two-woman show. It's a reminder that when Clark is on the court, she doesn't just score points, she elevates everyone's game around her. This win against the
Some absolutely incredible passing.
Yeah, the run from the other person was very good as well.
Yeah, great movement.
Storm wasn't just a win, it was a statement. A clear message to the rest of the league. The Indiana Fever is no longer a team you can underestimate. With Clark leading the way, supported by Mitchell, and with surprising contributions like Hull's, this team is becoming a force to be reckoned with. Now let's talk about what this victory means for the Indiana Fever in the standings, because things are getting serious now. The Fever is now in 7th place in the WNBA standings, with a record of 13 wins and 15
New York Liberty.
Oh, wait, so she's played 27 games and got 225 assists?
What does it say with games played?
Well, it says wins and losses.
Oh, okay.
It's the first two.
Yeah. So 28.
28, sorry, yeah.
That's,
what?
But look at the New York Liberty. I wonder who they lost to. I'm trying to see if we work it out. If he's
Well, what's not going to tell you who they lose to?
No. But that's 9-1 streak's not bad neither, is it?
I know, right?
I think 124. Lost
123.
Mad that.
Losses. And you know who's just ahead of them? Diana Taurasi's Phoenix Mercury in 6th place. That's right, the team that Clark and company recently dominated is now within reach. But what does this mean in practice? Playoffs, my friends. The Fever is getting closer and closer to securing a good playoff spot, something that seemed like a distant dream at the start of the season. And we're not talking about just making the playoffs, we're talking about entering with momentum. Think about it, the Fever just beat the Seattle Storm, a team that had beaten them 3 times this season. This isn't just a win, it's proof of evolution, of growth. It's a clear sign that this team is peaking at the most crucial moment of the season, and at the center of it all is Caitlin Clark. Her consistency, her leadership, her ability to elevate the entire team's game. All of this is translating into wins when it matters most. Clark isn't just playing for individual stats, she's playing to take her team to the playoffs. This win against the Storm wasn't just another game, it was a milestone, a turning point that may well be remembered as the moment the Indiana Fever solidified its identity as a true contender in the WNBA. But even with Caitlin Clark playing like she has superpowers, some fans aren't happy at all with Christie's sides. The reason? Well, it seems that in this game, the coach had a special talent for keeping Clark on the bench for periods that seemed to last an eternity. Just imagine, you have a player who's redefining what it means to be a rookie in the WNBA, breaking records like they're dry twigs, and what do? You put her on the bench. It's like having a Lamborghini in the garage and choosing to ride a bicycle. But here's the crazy thing, even with all this, Clark still managed to put up 23 points, 9 assists, and 5 rebounds. It's like she was playing with time sped up, doing in minutes what most players do in an entire game. Fans are hoping, or rather begging, that this improves by the playoffs, because let's be honest, if you have a weapon like Caitlin Clark in your arsenal, you don't lock it in the safe, you use it. At the end of the day, sides' decisions are under intense scrutiny, and with the playoffs approaching, the pressure is only going to increase. Will we see a change in strategy? Only time will tell. Speaking of changes, let's talk about Caitlin Clark's transformation after the Olympic break. Folks, this girl really came back different. While other stars of the league were competing in the Olympics, Clark had the opportunity to rest, recharge, and apparently absorb.
I kind of didn't really think about that, the fact that the Olympics were on.
Yeah.
And the basketball had to stop.
Yeah.
Even in the men's as well.
I guess it would have done because all the best players are missing, aren't they?
Yeah.
You can't really have it going on when you're missing all the top players. Yeah. It's not fair on the teams that've got big representation there. But this is, I think I'm not sure what channel this is. Whether it's one we did last time. It's more like a Caitlin Clark fan channel. I'd like to see how she does post playoffs. So going into the playoffs, all right, making the playoffs, but they lie quite far down the table. When you look at Liberty's record and all that kind of stuff, New York Liberty look like they bossed it. I think they won it last year, didn't they? They look like they bossed the league. But I'd like to see it. Don't get me wrong, Caitlin Clark's done wonders for the WNBA. I think she's just brought to the spotlight and the everything that comes with it to the game. Yeah. But at the same time, I want to see her up against a proper team. It's all right talking how good she is as an individual. It's a team sport. And you can
but they played everyone though. They played everyone she can possibly play.
I know. But what I'm saying is, I want to see it in the playoffs. I mean, she's saying she wasn't played much. She was on the bench a lot. You can't play every minute of every game. No one can. Yeah. It'd be very difficult. It'd be tiring. You'll burn out, and you've got to manage them right. Especially with the playoffs coming, you want your star players to be available for the playoffs. Yeah. But I'd just like to see how she does into taking the team into the playoffs, and not just be about Caitlin Clark, but about the Indiana Fever as well.
Yeah.
Some basketball superpowers. The difference is noticeable, and we're not just talking about numbers here. Clark's court vision seems to have reached a new level. It's like she's developed a sixth sense on the court. She's seeing passes that no one else sees, creating opportunities out of thin air. It's almost unfair to opposing defenses. How do you guard someone who seems to have eyes in the back of her head? But the most impressive thing is how she's changed the entire dynamic of the Indiana Fever. Before the break, the Fever was a developing team. Now, it's totally different. With Clark as its main engine, she's elevated the game of the entire team, transforming the Fever from underdogs to serious contenders. This post-Olympic break transformation of Clark isn't just impressive, it's historic. We're witnessing a rookie not just adapting to the league, but redefining it. And the most exciting part, this might just be the beginning. What we're seeing here isn't just a rookie having a good season, it's a real-time revolution in women's basketball. Remember when Steph Curry came to the NBA and changed the way everyone viewed the three-point shot? Well, Caitlin Clark is doing something similar in the WNBA, but not just with shots, with the entire game. Think about it. A rookie breaking the assist record that belonged to a legend. A freshman leading her team to the playoffs. A rising star who's not just playing well, but transforming an entire franchise. And the most incredible thing, all of this is happening while she's still learning, still adapting to the league. It's like we're watching a documentary about the birth of a basketball legend in real time. But here's the question we should all be asking. What's next? If Clark is already doing all this as a rookie, what can we expect in the coming years? Are we just scratching the surface of her potential? And it's not just about Clark, it's about the effect she's having on the entire WNBA. More people are watching, more fans are getting involved. She's elevating the profile of the entire league. So I ask you, are we witnessing just a great rookie season, or is this the beginning of a new era in the WNBA? While you think about that, we need to talk about the race for Rookie of the Year. With each dominant game, each broken record, Clark is solidifying her position as the favorite. But that also means the pressure is increasing. Every mistake is amplified, every decision scrutinized. The expectation isn't just for her to play well, it's for her to be extraordinary every single time. And speaking of pressure, we can't forget about the approaching playoffs. The Fever is in a position few expected at the start of the season, but now that they're here, expectations are sky high. Is this young team, led by a rookie as talented as she may be, really ready for the intense environment of the WNBA playoffs? I personally think they are. But despite this, we have the controversy surrounding Coach Christie's side's decisions. Fan frustration is growing. Every minute Clark spends on the bench is seen as a missed opportunity, and with games becoming increasingly important, this tension is only likely to increase. The big question is, how will Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever handle all this pressure? What do you think? Are we witnessing the birth of a new era in the WNBA with Caitlin Clark? I want to hear from you in the comments. Do you think the Indiana Fever has a real chance in the playoffs? How do you assess Coach Christie's side's decisions? And has Clark already secured the Rookie of the Year award? Or is there still room for surprises? If you're as excited as I am about this WNBA season, don't forget to leave your like on this video.
It's like a Caitlin Clark fan channel, really. What you've got there is criticising the coach there. He's saying, like, Ian fan, what's it for how much time she spent. I guess a lot of people are paying to go and see the Fever play. It's like when you go and watch Miami, or you go and watch the Argentina team. You want Messi to play. Whenever he's playing for the team, you want the best players to play. Yeah. If you're turning up and you pay money to go and watch the WNBA and Caitlin Clark's on the bench for a long time of it, they're criticising. But what you've got to remember is she's just beat Seattle, who have beaten 3 times. She's coached that team to beat them. It's not just because Caitlin Clark was on it, they beat them. She's coached that team to beat them. So for me, how can you criticise the coach? Yeah. Using a player, the player comes out not injured, breaks the assist record. So she's probably going to get Rookie of the Year. She's going to get everything that goes with it. It's management of the player. And I think that's that's what probably goes down to. But you can't just sort of like
people getting greedy, just want to see her every minute of the game.
Yeah, and I'm just wondering if someone like Caitlin Clark, for the WNBA, would she go to someone like people let me know in the comments? Would she go to someone like New York? Like a more bigger sort of like a franchise than what you've got with Indiana, maybe. Yeah. Because you see with the men's with the NBA, you see like players making trades to the big teams, the Lakers or someone like the Brooklyn Nets. You see making trades to the big teams, who've got a chance to win it. And I think Caitlin Clark is she going to how long she'll be at the Indiana for? Will she stay there long term, or do you think she'll use it as a stepping stone to go to one of the bigger city teams?
Yeah, guess we'll have to find out about that. Can't answer that one.
Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.